was interesting. For this day, February 8th, 2018, Valentine's Day is next week. And don't forget about the NBA All-Star weekend. Should be good. It's been the first time they're going to try this, before the All-Star game. I don't like it. I mean, they should have the NBA trade deadline in March. It makes more sense. More teams know if they're in or they're out. Right after the All-Star break, I mean, it's playoffs. They're all looking for positioning, seeing if who's going to make it and who will not make it. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. You have to play to your strengths. You got to show what you're all about. You got to prove to your fans and prove to your teammates that you can play at the highest level in the world. And playing in the NBA is not easy. And we saw some big deals today. So let's take a look. That's what it's all about, right? We need to take a look at which teams were active and which teams weren't active. And I think we saw it today. The Isaiah Thomas deal. The blockbuster that sent him. Who else was in that deal? Channing Frye. A 3-point marksman in that deal. We saw some pretty big deals. That's what it is. You want to, if you're a general manager in the NBA, you want to make a big deal. And that's what we saw today. We saw teams going out there making deals that, they know that will make their team better. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. You want to go out there and make the best trade possible. So just give me a couple minutes. We're going to go make a look at some of the deals that were consummated today. Well, I gotta say, man, Black Panther looks like it's gonna be a good movie. I saw some of the previews of it. Looks pretty good. Venom trailer came out today. I think Venom will be good. We'll see what Tom Hardy does. Venom's a very important character in the Spider-Man universe. So you look at the MCU, he's gonna be part of that. So it's gonna be really, really good. There's been talk that Sony might be for sale in the near future here. That's what I'm hearing from some sources. So we'll see what happens with Sony. I can see Nintendo buying Sony. I got a real good vision that Nintendo will buy Sony. It's been one of their biggest competitions over the years, like Sega. I could see them merging together, Nintendo buying them for big money, especially with the Switch, Nintendo movies that they want to do with Sony. It's a Japanese thing. I guess, I know Sony's owned by a big conglomerate, Standard Oil, I guess, ExxonMobil. But I think Nintendo, they're one of the richest companies on earth. They're richer than ExxonMobil. They're worth billions of dollars, maybe trillions. I don't know. They're worth a lot of money. Never mind video game makers in world history. They own the Michelle Mariners. They own a piece of.
I think some of those Japanese companies. I forget what it is, but they're like a car maker. I think this Toshiba. I forget what it is. It's one of those cars that they have in Japan. And in the U.S., they own part of Ford, I think. So they own a lot of stuff, Nintendo. It's not just video games and all the stuff that we're used to. Nintendo are a real powerful company. So, watch out for Nintendo. I mean, they're for real. They're for real. We'll leave it at that. They're for real. Okay, here's some news, folks. This is what we want to see. We want to see some sports, man. So here we go. Well, the deal has been consummated. Wow, look at this. Jimmy Garoppolo gets $137 million 5-year deal from the San Francisco 49ers. So basically $70 million guaranteed. Not bad, Jimmy. So it was a wild day, Dwade got traded to his old team. Cleveland got pretty much blown up. They traded off Jay Crowder, Derrick Rose to the Utah Jazz. In a 3-team trade that landed on George Hill, and I think they got another player in the deal. But yeah, George Hill was the key player. Rodney Hood, he's another shooter. Clarkson and Nance, Isaiah Thomas. We saw some big deals today. Some teams were spending, and some teams were, dealing. So, we saw a lot of moves that to the average person. They're not huge NBA fans, but I've always been an NBA fan, and you see big moves. I mean, and that's what it is in the end. You want to see teams go out there, make a move, make their teams better. I mean, the Toronto Raptors made a deal. I mean, Sacramento was selling, Cleveland selling. I like what did. Chance Paul George and LeBron James this summer. I think they'll probably just get Bron. I think they'll get Bron and they'll get DeMarcus Cousins. That's good enough. To go with Lonzo Ball. I mean, who knows? Maybe they keep Isaiah Thomas. Maybe Isaiah plays really good, and maybe Bron goes there. We'll see what happens. We'll see how good Isaiah plays. If he plays like he played with Boston the last few years, I think Lakers keep Isaiah Thomas. Maybe they move Lonzo Ball for some draft picks. Move some salary out, I guess. So they get rid of the ball show, his dad and stuff. And I don't know if that's going to happen, but from what I'm hearing, I was surprised. I think some of the Laker people don't really like ball. I think some of the fans think the Balls are pretty arrogant. They're just like a reality TV show. And they don't do that in Los Angeles. A team that wins, and can compete, and it's not a show like a movie show like the Kardashians. They need a proper team. So, that's what I gotta say. Well, folks, I'm back here again. I look amazing, don't I? No, I'm joking. It's good to be back, folks, for NBA trade rumors, NBA trade deadline review. It was a busy day in the association. We did see some great moves. We did see some cool stuff. I just want to do a shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. Congratulations on winning your first championship in the era of the Super Bowl. They did win one back in the old days, but they won one in the Super Bowl era. I just want to say congratulations to the team, the owner, the players, Nick Foles, everyone involved. You guys made it happen. Sometimes in life you have to take some chances, and that's what you did. You never give up. You never gave in.
All right, I mentioned that there was some other breaking news. Rodney Hood traded to Cleveland as well. Reports out there that George Hill has also been traded to Cleveland. Basically, that transforms this entire Cavalier roster. What do you make of that?
Well, I really like the Rodney Hood pick for Cleveland. If you look last year, people were expecting him to come out with a bigger season than he had this season. He's a guy that Utah actually one of the late franchise players, especially, the way that he performed last year. So he's a guy that can play both ends of the floor. He can defend. He's young. Because right now, if you look at this Cleveland team, it's all about how they got too many veterans, too many guys that got too many miles on their body. Now you're adding a couple core young pieces, guys that can come in and bring some energy. Because right now, when you watch the Cleveland Cavalier team, it looks like they're not happy. They're not playing with the type of energy that a team needs to play with to try to go out and win the championship.
I want to reset here, be clear, and let you know about the trade that's currently happening. Utah trading Rodney Hood to Cleveland. That, per a report by ESPN, as well as Utah will send Joe Johnson to Sacramento, and Cleveland will send Jay Crowder and Derrick Rose to Utah. Sacramento then sending George Hill to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Cleveland sending Iman Shumpert to the Kings in the deal. We were expecting some movement. There weren't huge names, but we were expecting a blockbuster deal to be made. And this is what has fallen in just a minute. So let's focus now again on the transformation of this roster in Cleveland. You add Hood to that lineup. You add George Hill to that lineup alongside LeBron James. There wasn't great chemistry when he had IT there. How long do you think it's going to take for the chemistry between these three guys?
Well, I think the chemistry is going to happen pretty quickly. And why? Because you add players that fit your mold, that fit your system. When you got a guy like Derrick Rose used to be the MVP. Derrick Rose is so used to dominating the ball, especially on the offensive end. You bring a guy like IT, same situation when he was in Boston, averaging 29 points a game, the leading fourth quarter point scorer in the NBA last year. Now you come to a LeBron James team where LeBron managed the game with the ball in his hand, especially in the fourth quarter situation. Now you add two
young pieces. You add George Hill, a guy that can play off the ball, and is not more concerned with having the ball in his hands. He can defend. He can play the 1 and the 2. You add a guy like Hood, a guy that can do all the little stuff on the floor. He can be an energy guy if you need. If you need him to score, he can do that too. So now you're adding pieces that fit LeBron James' game.
Okay, so with that said, we're talking about the breaking news that just came down on Rodney Hood, George Hill heading to Cleveland, Isaiah Thomas heading to the Lakers, Iman Shumpert also part of the deal, Joe Johnson from Utah sends Joe Johnson to Sacramento, and Sacramento sending Hill to Cavs. We've said great things about this new transformation of the roster, but with these additions, can Cleveland now forget about the recent woes and really compete and take over the East against the Celtics and the Raptors?
Well, I think Cleveland's not finished yet. I still think they still go out and try to get a rim protector.
Who else?
DeAndre Jordan is still out there. But we all know that what Cleveland is offering the Clippers don't want. But they know that, hey, you know what? They're in rebuild mode for the Clippers. So if they can still go out there and get a rim protector, because they still need a guy that can go out there and pretty much dominate the game in the paint. With the team that they have now, especially what you got, Dwayne Wade.
Thanks for watching, folks. A little bit of an exclusive with Richard Hamilton and one of the hosts at the famous CBS Sports. This is the one and only Mark Anthony Spencer. Just want to say so long, everyone. Thanks for watching.